Guys, I don't know what to say. Omega Shenron's been leaked. Now, this is not one of those things where it's illicit methods or anything like that. This has nothing to do with data mining. This has everything to do with Dokkan just being a bunch of dummies. This has been spoiled for a lot of people. This is not really something that there's no point to try to keep secret. It's out there. JP players got the data download first. And so what happened was in the data download, once it was complete, JP players were able to access this very feature in game. So what we're looking at here is a screenshot. Well, this is actually frozen, but basically you go to your profile, you click on this button down here where the music section is, and in there you can see all the album art. And the album art is basically various Dokkan events through which certain active skills, certain songs that are played are designated into those little folders. These songs are accessible through the Burst Coin shop, which was the original design intention behind Burst Mode. Burst Mode has since taken a bit of a change, and they have now introduced Burst Coin Silvers, where you can also get skill orbs from it. But this was the original purpose of the Burst Mode. And so now, with this data download, people were able to jump back into their profile and equip whatever song they wanted. In the list of album art, you see Vegito Blue, you see Gotenks, you see Gohan. Up. What's that? Yeah, Omega Shenron has been leaked. LR Omega Shenron is in fact confirmed to be the Dokkan Festival LR in part 2. This means that GT will be the theme in the second half of the Global Dokkan celebration. Now let me start by talking about the positives behind this. Number one, this is a good thing because once again there will be more fusion stuff. Let's hope that it is another good quality unit. Let's hope that we don't get any sort of situation that will anger players, like, I don't know, an active skill-based fusion. It actually, you know what? No matter which way they go, I feel like we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. Because if, let's just say the part 2, so this is Dokkan Festival, right? So this guy's gonna be Dokkan Festival. That means the Gogeta, if anything, would be Carnival. So if the Gogeta is the Carnival, or it is, but if the Gogeta gets a fusion via the active skill, then people will be upset by virtue of it simply being yet another fusion relegated to an active skill. However, if they go the route of actually making it a fully fledged usable unit, there will also be outrage because of the fact that the fusion in part 1 didn't let you do the same exact thing. And what's funny about this is we might be looking at the exact repeat of what happened during the 7th anniversary. And the 7th anniversary is also where, no, the 7th anniversary was the Cooler Goku. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say it was the same year. No, 2022 was the 7th anniversary. 2023 was the Future Saga celebration. But anyway, looking at these two LRs, this is potentially what we're looking at, just a remake of it. So the active skill is called Transformation. This is where Gogeta Blue actually happens with the Tech LR gods. And then the Super Saiyan 4s have a full-on Super Saiyan 4 transformation, where it's like a tangible asset and everything. You can use it, you can interact with it and all that stuff. So, yeah. I guess comment section down below, what are your ideas for potential leader skills and all that stuff? As far as typing, I think there's one typing we cannot expect, and that would be STR, unless they would just want to make the full celebration all STRs. You know what? Why not? Let's make this an STR Dokkan Festival LR. Looking at the GT boss category. Now here comes the bad news a little bit. GT bosses is an abysmal category, and even with this one boost, I don't know if there's enough here to actually make this a good category. And based on the art here, this is an Omega Shenron Dokkan Festival LR. Are we going to be looking at some sort of a reversible exchange, some sort of a transformation? Because we do have a Carnival Omega Shenron, and then with this guy being a Dokkan Festival LR Omega Shenron, link-wise, there's no synergy. And this is the best GT boss character that exists right now in the game. So if this guy and the new LR have no synergy, I don't know what exactly we're going to be seeing as far as the dynamic here on GT bosses. The good side here, though, because he's a Dokkan Festival, he will not be only exclusively leading GT bosses. He will be having other categories that he leads, which means you could run a couple of GT bosses as well as others. But it's, yeah, it's still looking pretty bleak for the category. Maybe in part 2, they give us some sort of a Super Easy A. Is there any potential Super Easy A in here? I don't think there are any Super Easy A Oh, actually, you know what? No, there's one. Omega Shenron. But again, he doesn't... Okay, there are two. There's Super 17 and Omega Shenron. Super 17 is a mono lead, however, so that might be considered too soon. So I feel like, if anything, this is probably the best candidate for a Super Easy A. But this guy wouldn't link up with either of the new LRs. So that remains to be seen. What potentially happens with the Carnival side also remains to be seen. if it is going to be some sort of a Dokkan or a reversible exchange unit. Somebody in chat, actually, during my recent reaction broadcast live stream, I want to shout this person out. I wish I forgot their name, but they had a really cool idea about the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So let's just say, for example, we are getting a Carnival Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So he's going to lead like Giant Ape Power or Fusion or something like that, you know? He's going to be a solid unit. But what if we get something where it starts off as a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? All credit goes to this person in my live stream. I forgot their name. Let's say for 4 turns, right? For 4 turns, this unit stays Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. After those 4 turns, you then transform down to the reversible exchange characters, who then have their own respective abilities. So for example, after 4 turns, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta becomes Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Super Saiyan 4 Goku's active skill will be he reverts down to Mini Goku and uses his Universal Spirit Bomb. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, for his active skill, maybe he reverts down to his base form and he either does the Super Saiyan thing where he gets impaled by the thunder, or he might get like some sort of a Bulma Blitzwave type deal where he becomes a giant ape for the duration of the attack and then he does damage. That might be kind of neat. It kind of pays homage to the moment, right? It kind of works in the context of the moment, and also it gives you a different spin on the reversible exchange, because I cannot see any possible way this guy is a reversible exchange. Who do you exchange with? He doesn't exchange with anybody. He absorbs the Dragon Balls and he becomes Omega Shenron. Is he going to start off as Sin and then just get some sort of like a Kefla type transformation where it's just like after a couple of turns he just goes crazy? I don't know. So there's obviously a lot still that is left to be determined, and it is not something that we're going to learn anytime soon. This is just a one-time mishap that will forever be ingrained in our collective consciousness that is Dokkan. Yet another Dokkan L in a long list of L's. But it is an interesting one because now breaking through has officially been confirmed as GT. Where will this leave Daima? Actually, you know what? Speaking of Daima, can we just watch this in memoriam? We're going to watch this real quick. Also, Hydros chimed in. This is Dokkan's own doing. They put it in the jukebox assets in the album art. Anyone can see this right now. Yeah. So it's just all kinds of a mess. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and watch this. Oh my God. Because we got some new Daima stuff and it's not what you think. No! Oh my God! New Bulma asset? Nahare. That's my face. That's my face. Ah! Is that it? Ah!